Hello, and welcome to the NTLC Evergreen 3.0 series of tutorials. My name is Jeff Sams, and today we will be exploring the report creation interface. Keep in mind, this is simply a quick comparison video to get you acquainted with the new interface, and not a substitute for real training on reports. I will be releasing a series of videos for reports training at a later date that will cover basic concepts, how to build different basic reports, modifying reports to find the information you need, and advanced reports concepts. Now, the reporter interface in general hasn't completely changed. The initial page with the folders and reports to choose from is the same interface, and the interface for setting up a report to run is still exactly the same. The only major change is with the report builder so far. With that said, let's jump into it. Now, from the home page, there are two different methods for getting to the reports interface. You can either click on this reports link in the administration menu, or you can come up here to the administration tab and click on reports here. You'll notice that this landing page is exactly the same with one slight difference. In this particular case, all of your normal folders are here, your shared folders are down here, just as they normally are, but there is one small change in that there is a search box for you to search through your templates. You can search through all fields, the name or just the description, and all folders is currently the only option on the demo server. Might be possible that that changes on the live server, but I do not have any more information at this time for that. But we're not going to be going into that any further just now. For the time being, we're going to drill down and select a report just to kind of show off everything is exactly the same as it was in the old system. If we create a new report from a selected template, you get the exact same box set of criteria that you have to fill out to create an actual report with the data you're looking for. So none of this is any different than what we already have. However, there is one section that is very different. If we go to create a new template for this folder, we will be greeted with the new reports interface. Now, this is honestly one of my favorite parts about Evergreen 3.0 so far. I am not afraid to gush about this at all. One of the things that you'll notice right off the bat is they've changed the location of the template name, description, and documentation URL boxes. They're right up at the top. Since this is something that you're probably going to change every time you bring this up, this is nice to have at the very top, the first thing that you're going to be looking at on the screen. The next thing you'll notice is that the source boxes, exactly the same as what you're used to, 3 separate boxes. You have your core source box, your source path box, which has a text box for you to see what your actual path is. So if we were to drill down a little bit further, you can see that information here. The bonus here is that this is real easy to copy and paste up in the description. If you have been to one of my reports classes, you'll know that this is an excellent addition for helping keep your template description in the kind of shape that you might want it to make your reports easier to understand for others and yourself later down the line. If we were to click on one of the items under the source path box, we will see our usual transforms. But there's an added little feature that I appreciate a great deal. If we have multiple items under a particular source path that we really want to have in our display fields or as a filter, we can simply click on multiple items, whatever it is that we're looking for, and then add all of those fields at once into our display fields or our filters. You'll also notice that there's only 2 tabs instead of the original 3. They have done away with 2 separate tabs for aggregate and base filters and combined it all into one. This ultimately solves an issue with the old client where one of the tabs would be grayed out and unselectable until you saved your report, closed out, and copied your report to make additional changes to it. And for that reason, thank you developers, I am ever appreciative. One of the other nice little added benefits here is that you'll also notice that instead of having a separate column in this field where it tells you what the data type is, it actually uses an icon. And these icons are generally pretty self-explanatory. We've got a little link icon. It stands for a link to another database table. We've got a calendar for date and or time. We have a tree, the tree being a location, an organizational unit, if you will. We have the barcode, which will stand for an ID. We have these arrows, two directional arrows, which is a duration or an interval. We have the letter A for text. We have a checkbox for Boolean, and we have our $sign for your money. We also have this little, it kind of looks like a scale, but in this particular case, this particular icon is going to be for kind of a counter. So more than likely just going to be an integer of some sort. So interesting little icon ideal. It's probably going to take a little bit of adjustment to get used to, but I think that ultimately it will work out in everyone's interest. So as you can see, all of the items that I have added to either the display fields or the filters, I just added them straight in. I didn't do any special transforms or anything like that. In this particular case, if we want to change those transforms after we've already added them in, all we have to do is click on one of the items in our display fields here. We'll do check and scan date and time, and then go to this little actions menu over here to the right hand side. Here we can change the transform, which will bring us a little pop-up menu and then give us all of the different options that we have for that specific item to change. I'm particularly fond of year and month, so we'll just go with that. I'm not building anything specific here, so don't expect to get any tips from this particular report build. I apologize for that. I'm just illustrating those changes in the quickest way possible. The same thing is true with filters. We have a couple of different things that can be changed, the operator and the field transform, as well as adding an actual value that it will always be hard-coded towards. So you click on Change Transform, same set of options available. We go through and we do the same thing for, say, operator. You want it to be greater than or equal to, great, works. As well as changing the filter value. It'll bring up a box that you just fill in whatever the value is, click OK, and you're good to go. That basically covers the new reports creation tool in a nutshell. So it's a very streamlined report creation tool. It's definitely, in my opinion, a far greater tool than what we've had before. A vast improvement overall, and again, I cannot give the devs enough kudos for the work that they've put in on this interface. It is absolutely magnificent, in my opinion. So if you have any further questions, or you feel like I missed something here, just please feel free to reach out and let me know. That's all for this video. So if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to email me at gsams@roanoketexas.com. I hope that everyone has a wonderful day. Take care.